Hello everyone, it's Yam and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Yam and I make videos about beauty, travel, lifestyle, weekend vlogs, and sometimes personal finance. In today's video, I will be talking about how to build an emergency fund. And if you're curious how to do this, then please don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell beside it to be notified whenever I upload a new video just like this one. Let's begin. Life is unpredictable and anything can happen. Your car can require urgent repairs after an accident, you could have a medical emergency, or you could face retrenchment. These unplanned events could force you to fork out a huge chunk of money at a moment's notice. And this is when having an emergency fund comes in handy. An emergency fund is cash savings that you've put aside to pay for large unplanned expenses. Without it, you may have to dip into your investments or the savings you have set aside to fulfill your financial goals. Or worse, you could incur unwanted debts to pay those expenses. In essence, an emergency fund is your safety net for any of life's unexpected expenses. So the question is, how big should my emergency fund be? Depending on your financial responsibilities, job nature, and risk appetite, you could set aside anywhere between 3 to 12 months worth of your living expenses as emergency funds. For instance, if you're young and single, 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses may be enough. But if you have a family and dependents, 6 to 12 months worth of your living expenses as your emergency fund may make more financial sense. Assuming you have no financial commitments and your average monthly expenses is 30,000 pesos, 6 months worth of living expenses as your emergency fund amounts to 180,000 pesos. You do the math, guys. 30,000 times 6 months would be 180,000 pesos. So that would be your 6 months worth of your monthly expenses as your emergency fund. 180,000 pesos may seem like a lot, especially if you haven't been working for very long, but you shouldn't let that seemingly daunting number stop you from even starting. Instead, start small and set bite-sized goals, like 7,500 every month for your emergency fund. That way, when minor emergencies arise, you already have money set aside to pay for them. When you get a bonus or pay raise, for the bonuses, this happens usually during May, November, December. When you get a bonus or pay raise, you can put some of that extra cash into your emergency fund to help you reach your desired amount. When the economy isn't doing so well, consider beefing up your emergency fund for that extra peace of mind. For instance, if you only have 3 months worth of your living expenses saved up, you could save an additional 3 months worth to tide you over a possible retrenchment. The next question would be, where should I keep my emergency fund? Emergency funds need to be easily accessible so you can draw on them in times of need. So it's important to store your emergency fund in a high liquidity and low risk product. Ideally, you would keep them in a high interest savings account. And for this one, you could use the digital banks. We have CIMB, C-Bank, a lot of digital banks actually, Uno Bank, Tonic, Como, Neo Bank, what else? GoTime Bank, and a lot more that offers high interest savings account. But as interest rates of many popular savings accounts are going down, placing all your funds in a regular savings account may be unattractive. As an option, you could put a portion of your emergency funds into alternative products, although with slightly lower liquidity. I will give you guys some options to consider. Short-term fixed deposits. In a nutshell, fixed deposits are low risks with guaranteed returns. For the pros, the fixed interest rate may be higher than a regular savings plan, and it's fuss-free. You don't need to jump through hoops, such as having a minimum spend. For the cons, many fixed deposit products have early withdrawal clauses. To avoid losing some or all of your interest rates, keep the allocated emergency funds in fixed deposits between 3 to 6 months for easier access. Next would be insurance savings plan. In a nutshell, think of it as a regular savings plan and an insurance plan rolled into one. For the pros, 2-in-1 coverage, and it's precisely built for emergencies while giving your money a chance to grow. They usually offer pretty attractive interest rates. For For the cons, your insurance protection is directly linked to how much money you've put into the plan. So you'll have to make sure that you have a separate insurance plan to ensure that you have sufficient coverage. Another one would be cash management accounts. In a nutshell, accounts offered by non-bank financial institutions where your money is invested into low-risk funds. Pros, you'll earn a higher return compared to the regular bank account. For the cons, as cash management accounts are investment products, interest rates will fluctuate depending on the performance of their underlying funds. Because cash management accounts are investment products, they aren't protected by the Singapore Deposit Insurance Scheme. For example, this is not guaranteed. So there's a chance that you could lose some of your capital, although the risk is low. Building an emergency fund is the first step in your personal finance journey. So my question is, you've already built your emergency fund? Great! You've taken the first and most important step in your financial journey. But that's not the end of it yet. Remember to review your expenses regularly to ensure your emergency funds remain suitably sized for your needs. And while it may seem a waste to let your money sit in an emergency fund, when life is smooth sailing and there are no emergencies, when you do need it, you'll be thankful that you had the discipline to stow it away. Hence the name emergency funds. The other way to look at it, having an emergency fund is empowering. You can have the peace of mind to invest with money that you can afford to lose, or you can leave a toxic job environment at any point. All because you rightfully saved for a rainy day. And that's it for today's video, guys, about how to build an emergency fund. If you've learned something new from me, then please don't forget to hit the like button. Comment down any personal finance video suggestions down below or anything that you want me to do. Share this to your friends, to your family, and to those people who need it. And please don't forget to subscribe and tap the notification bell beside it to be notified whenever I upload new personal finance videos for you guys. This has been Yamyam saying goodbye and see you on my next video. Bye!